Hello students, this is Mrs. Straight and I am going to show you how to add 94 plus 67. First thing to notice is it was written horizontally and I wrote it vertically. So I wrote it up and down. You need to make sure you do the same thing if you're presented a problem in horizontal format. Even if it's a single digit, it would still work. Or if it's a subtraction problem, it would still work. Now I'm going to start by modeling, and I've already done that. I've modeled my 94 right here. So I have 9 tens and 4 ones, and my 67 right here. So I have 6 tens and 7 ones. And we can see that I have my ones lined up. I've lined up my ones in a column as if I have a place value mat drawn for me. And I'm keeping it in that hundreds space or in the ones space. So I have all my ones lined up, and I also have all my tens lined up. And that helps me when I'm trying to regroup my numbers, group them together and make one of the bigger place value. I have modeled my 9 tens and 4 ones and 6 tens and 7 ones, and I'm going to start in the ones place. Now I have 7 and 4, and I know in my head that's 11, but I know that I cannot write 11 down here because 11 is made up of a 10 and a 1. And if I have a 10 here, it is not going to fit in the ones place. It doesn't belong there. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to add my ones over in my place value model. I have 7 ones right here, and I'm going to start with those because it's easier to group, because I have only a few more to add to get to 10. So I have 7, and I'm going to start counting. I have 8, 9, and there's my 10th one. Notice that I put my dots far enough apart so I can slip my line through them without covering them up. Because if I cover them up, I won't see how many I have left over here. And I can see very clearly that I have 1 left over. Remember, 4 plus 7 is 11? Well, that's the 1 we had left in the ones place. But once I group those together, I have to do something special. These are going to go away, but they don't just go away from my model. I group them and make a brand new 10. Notice how I set the 10 away from the other 10s. I'm going to make sure that I don't forget that one, and it's very clear that I have it there because of my arrow. That helps me. Now I can see that I made a new 10, so right here in my equation, I need to add that 10 because that's an extra 10 that's in our tens place that I didn't have before. It's not part of the 9 or 6. Now I'm done with my ones place. I'm completely done. I need to move over to my tens. Now I can see that I have 9 tens right here. And I'm going to start with the 9 this time. It's on the other addend, but it's a bigger number. Now I'm going to be smart. I have one of these 10s sticking out over here. So I'm going to group it. I can see it's easier for me to group that one. 9 and 1 make 10. I know that. Now I want you to count with me, and I want you to watch what I do on my model. I'm going to count these. I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and here is the 100. The reason I did that is I'm checking to be very careful that I didn't accidentally take an extra 10 stick or leave one off. Now we know what happens. We make an arrow and we make a new 100 flat. And if it is helpful for you, you can write 100 inside. Now we know as mathematicians that's 100 flat. That means 100 ones or 10 tens. Those all equal 100. So we don't need to write the 100, but if it helps you, please do it. Now let's go back to my equation. I had 9, 1, and 6, but I have now just taken 10 of them and made a new 100. I don't have that left over. So count what's left with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And we know 6 tens makes 60 is 6 tens. So that's how many tens I have left over. 6 tens. And I'm actually going to change my pen color so it matches. That is 6 tens. So, but we can't forget, we did something very special. And first of all, as a mathematician, I look at this and I see my 91 right here and my 67. My answer cannot be 61 because if we add, the answer can't go down. It can't be smaller than the parts. So that's not correct. Remember, we have our new 100. So I need to make my 100 up here. That's in the 100 spot. Remember, we have ones, tens, and hundreds going from the right. And if it helps me, I can also write 0 because in the number 94, we don't have any hundreds. And in the number 67, we don't have any hundreds. And that would be 1 plus 0 is 1. So the answer is 161. And oops, I tried to change that. We'll make that black. 161. That is the answer to 94 plus 67. I want you to make sure when you're doing your problems that you're using these strategies, that you're starting in the ones place, you're looking for a 10, and if you have 10, you group them together and you make a new 10. Then you cross off the 10 ones that went together to make a 10. Make sure you don't forget to put that new 10 up in your equation. Then you're done with the ones place and you need to start the tens place. You add the tens, starting with the bigger number of tens. It's going to be helpful, and make a little dot to count so you don't make a mistake. Once you get to 10 tens, we have gone over this. 10 tens makes 100. So you draw a new 100 and you cross off those tens and count what's left. Have fun doing your addition today.